Okay, I think we have everything set up. Drinks, food, and especially snacks. I even made sure to get all your favorites because, hey, that's what best friends do, and I can see you've already eaten half of them. I've got more down in the cupboard, by the way. You know where it is. You've been to my house like a million times. Anyways, now our sleepover can finally begin. So, before we watch a movie and snuggle or something, I mean, hey, if you're up, that is, just as best friends snuggling. But, anyways, what I'm getting at here is I was wondering if you could help me out with something first. So, see, I've been writing this story, right? And I was wondering if you could sort of give me your feedback. Well, it's still in its early stages, it's more of an outline, really. But, anyways, I was thinking I could quickly run you through the main points and you could tell me your thoughts. Would that be alright with you? Okay, great. That's great. I'm glad to hear it. Okay, so, how do I begin? Well, first of all, I guess I should give you the main character. So, she's a girl with a hair color just like mine, and she lives in a house just like this one. And she has this friend of hers with an eye color just like yours, in fact, that she loves very, very much, much more than just a friend. But the friend is very dense and never seems to realize it. In fact, the friend seems to be kind of slow to read between the lines in general. Okay, so what do you think of my character so far? Nothing is wrong with her so far, right? Right, right. Nothing wrong with her. She didn't do anything wrong. Anyways, so this girl is madly in love with her friend. I'm like talking 200% crazy, head over heels, absolutely nuts in love. Her friend is making her lose her marbles, seriously. But hey, I mean, hopefully that's not the only thing that'll make her lose. But that's really difficult when the friend is so dense. Anyways, so the girl really loves her friend and she can't confess because what if she gets rejected? She could never take that. It could even ruin the friendship. And that's maybe the one real emotional connection she has. Everything else feels so lifeless and fake to her. So she really doesn't have the heart to confess directly. There's too much she could lose. So she tries to sort of feel things out, if you get what I'm saying. She tries to make little illusions here and there, trying to test her friend's reaction, saying if it is okay to confess yet. Sometimes she even flirts in sort of an indirect way, but of course her friend is hopelessly dense, so this sort of method never really works for her. She even asks to snuggle a lot, and when she gets to, she always makes these flirty remarks like, "You're so good at snuggling, and I wish I was the girlfriend of someone who snuggles like you," or something like that. The friend still doesn't get it, of course. The girl does everything. She even always makes sure to keep all the friends' favorite snacks in her cupboard. But of course, the significance of this goes unnoticed. Okay, so now what do you think of her so far? Right, so far so good. So she didn't do anything wrong. There is nothing wrong with her trying to be indirect and test the waters. Nothing wrong with her trying to protect the relationship and her happiness. If anything, the friend should have really noticed her feelings, am I right? But I'm still not done. Let me get on with the story. So, the girl just really can't get enough of her friend. She really wants to be romantic with them. She really wish they were a couple, but she just can't seize the dream. So she fantases a little bit, innocent little fantasies. Everyone has them about their crushes, right? So does she. Innocent little fantasies like holding hands with them, hugging them, getting married to them, but that's still not enough, and she wants to bring that fantasy just a little bit into reality. So she takes a photo she has of her and her best friend together, and then she edits it a bit to make it look like a wedding photo and wedding dresses and all. And it makes her so happy to finally have a bit of reality to her fantasy. Something tangible. She looks at that photo every day, every night, and she makes it her phone background, and she frames a copy and even sleeps next to it. It's the only thing that gives her peace of mind when she's usually always an insomniac from not getting her happily ever after. But she's not, she can't be satisfied with that. Not with just a photo. It's still missing something. Her fantasy just still isn't physical enough. And she thinks of all the time she snuggles her friend and how lovely it would be to feel that even when they weren't around to snuggle. So she thinks about her friend's sweater and how if she wore that, it sort of would feel like she was snuggling them. And she needs that. She needs that very much. So one day, when her friend isn't paying attention, she ever so deftly sweeps the sweaters and replaces it with an identical one, and she gets away with it completely. She keeps a straight face for the entire day, and she smiles to her friend as usual. She laughs with them as usual. They don't suspect a thing. And she loves the sweater. She treasures it and cherishes it and goes to sleep wearing it every night, pretending like it is a friend around her, not just her sweater. And I would ask you what you would think about her right now, but I already know the answer. It's fine. She's fine. She didn't do anything wrong. She's just acting out of love. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with loving a friend who has your eye color, who has your hair color, who happens to also love the same snacks as you. There is nothing wrong with the main character being a little romantic, but it's because she's so romantic that she just can't settle down. She can't be happy with just a sweater. As great as it still is, it's just a sweater. It's not as great as the real thing, and she's just torn apart that she can't spend more time with her friend. And every second that she's away from them is just eating away all her insides little by little all the time, and she just can't take it anymore. She wants to spend every waking second with them, but obviously that is not possible. So she starts watching that friend. It starts with just watching them from behind the bushes at first, or maybe from behind a car or something. And she wakes up smiling every day, knowing that today she can watch her friend again. Then after a while she gets an idea. She sets up cameras, very hidden cameras, the kind you wouldn't notice. She sets, she sets them up all over the places that a friend frequents, and of course, she specially makes sure to set up plenty in their room, so now she can watch them all the time. They probably wouldn't let her sleep over every day, right? That would be unreasonable, but now she can watch her friend fall asleep every single day. It's almost like they're a couple, but they're not. They're not a couple. She's a great character, right? You don't have to say anything because I already know. She's fine. She's fine. She didn't do anything wrong. But, like I was saying, they're not a couple. And in a way, watching a friend all the time through her cameras makes her extremely aware of that because, yes, she can see all the things her friends does, but that also shows her all the attention to get from other people, and she just feels so neglected. When she sees them sharing a meal with others, she thinks that should have been me. And when she sees them laughing and joking with others, she again thinks that should have been me. And when she sees them talking to others, she thinks that should have been me. And she tries to keep it together, of course, she tries. She never does anything wrong. She tries to bury her feelings deep down within because she doesn't want to hurt all those people coming in between her and her friend, even though she might. But she just doesn't want to be destructive or harmful, especially not around her sweetheart, but there's no way to keep a burden like that all inside, right? Her jealousy, her resentment towards the feelings of neglect, they all get a bit more heated day after day until inevitably the entire thing boils over. So she invites her friend over to a sleepover, just like this one, in fact. And the one thing she wants more than anything is just to be accepted, but it's so hard to even ask for that. If she tries to be direct, she just stutters like a bumbling idiot. So she confesses about her feelings. She confesses about all the things she did, but she does it in a very indirect way. She confesses as if it was a character in a story that felt and did all those things, not her. But she's worried. She's still so worried. What if she isn't accepted? What if they try to run away? So she has a backup plan. She has some rope that she keeps under her bed, and it looks just like the bed right here. And she also chugged the snacks that her friend ate earlier. You know, the very same kind of snacks that you helped yourself with just now. That way they can't get away even if they wanted to. But why would they want that? She didn't do anything wrong. Don't you think so too? So, what do you think the friend will do now?